It's time to get all your Star Wars news in a single file. From Fantatrax TV, this is Good Morning Tatooine!
Good morning, Tatooine indeed. Live streaming for the first time on Instagram tonight, Mr. Naylor. We are going vertical for the first time.
Get you?
Yeah, so those of you that don't know, we are from Fantatrax.com. This is Good Morning Tatooine. I'm your host, Brian Cameron. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Paul Naylor. Good evening,
Hello,
Paul.
Hello there, sir. You okay?
I'm good. I'm feeling discombobulated because I'm in horizontal and vertical at the same time.
Well, let's not dwell on that.
I know. If you're watching on Instagram, give us a comment, give us a share. You can join us over on YouTube or Facebook for the whole show experience. And thanks for joining us. We have got lots to discuss tonight, Paul. I'm going to run through what we've got coming up on the show.
Come on, bro.
We're going to be talking Steven Spielberg, who's just completed the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony Hall. We'll be talking the original trilogy coming to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Anaheim. Checking out Galactic Racer. Funko are releasing a Shadow Lord mall-inspired pop. Disney have a new CEO. Bob Iger will be leaving in March, and Joseph Amaro will be becoming CEO. We'll be discussing how that might impact on Star Wars. Sigourney Weaver has been talking The Mandalorian and Grogu. Harrison Ford's been talking Shrinking. Screenwriter Matthew Robinson's been talking Rogue Squadron. We'll be hearing from all of them. And Indiana Jones in a Great Circle. It's coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And the latest downloadable content, The Order of Giants, is launched as well. We'll be checking both of them out. And we'll also be discussing the latest guests for Capital Sci-Fi Con and Starfury Invasion. So lots to talk about, Paul, there.
Yeah. We better hurry up.
Yeah, we better. Should we jump straight into the news and head up with the first article of the day?
Let's do it, mate. Let's do it.
There we go. A nice comment coming through from Instagram there from Irish Rider 7. So it's working.
Well, hello.
We're working.
There. Hello.
Mr. Newbold as well confirming Instagram is working. He's watching there on
he's on Facebook,
but he has also jumped over to Instagram because he's showing off. And has commented that we look like a sexy version of University Challenge.
I'm tempted to put it on myself.
That is perhaps that's a comment to beat tonight, people. You can get a better comment than that one. Go for it. In the meantime, let's check out the first article of the day. And it is Steven Spielberg has completed his Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony Hall, the very famous now EGOT, as it's now called, by winning the Grammy for his work on Music by John Williams, the documentary that came out on Disney Plus last year, which was special. I thought very well done.
I loved it. Yeah, really. I I mean, how you managed to compact that man's career into such a short space of time. They did a good job with that.
Yeah. So he becomes the 21st person to pick up an EGOT, which is all for the big awards, and quite a landmark for Mr. Spielberg. Quite a career himself, in fact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Some of the other people who have achieved the EGOTs in the past: Audrey Hepburn, Mel Brooks, Elton John, Whoopi Goldberg, John Legend, Andrew Lloyd Webber, Jennifer Hudson, Viola Davis. Quite a unique and weird kind of list there.
It's a strange list, that one, isn't it? Yeah, there's some odd choices in there. Yeah. John Legend. Okay. Yeah.
But,
maybe not as famous over here as he is in the States. I don't know.
No. And it was good to see John Williams as well this past week as well. Getting on in age, but he's still there, still active. And I'm sure he loved that documentary himself as well. It was really quite a celebration of his work and life.
Yeah. I think he is looking quite frail these days, bless him. It suddenly caught him up, but keep going, John. We want you there for next year.
Mark reminded us it's also his birthday. Not Mark's birthday, but John Williams' birthday today.
Happy birthday, John. I'm sure he's watching.
So that is Steven Spielberg and his EGOT. Moving on to the next article. Galaxy's Edge coming to Disneyland Anaheim. We got this news the other week that Galaxy's Edge was going to be getting a makeover to the original trilogy in certain areas, and now confirmation that the same is going to be happening in Anaheim as well as on the East Coast over in Orlando. What's your thoughts just on the general concept of bringing the original trilogy characters
that they can only really do part of it, because Rise of the Resistance is so good that's got to keep on going as it is. That's a great experience. If you haven't been on that ride, if you ever get the opportunity, you've got to do it. It's so immersive, way more immersive than anything else that's happened with Star Wars, I would say. But the Falcon ride, you switch out the oblong dish for the circular one. You've got the Falcon sorted out. And the actual ride graphics, that I would imagine that's fairly easily achieved. So that part of the land, then yes, that could easily become the original trilogy based. And I think the majority of fandom's been crying out for this for such a long time. It just makes sense. I mean, really, if we're hand on heart, if we're honest, it should never really have been anything other than Tatooine. That should have been what this should have been the focus when they originally decided to put a Star Wars element inside Disney theme parks. But nevertheless, it will still work as Batuu. But yeah, personally, I can't wait to see it with the likes of Vader and regular stormtroopers wandering around and the likes of Boba Fett. And I'm less chuffed to see human characters being portrayed by people that don't look anything like what you would expect Han, Luke, and Leia to look like. They get away with it, obviously, with Chewie and 3PO and R2 and things like that. But you start trying to copy a human character and you're always going to get criticism. But yeah, it's definitely the right thing to do. I'm only surprised it took them this long.
Yeah. So some of the things they're doing to better reflect the broader Star Wars canon is things like First Order cargo will be rethemed as Black Spire surplus and will have artifacts from both the Empire and Rebel Alliance. Don Onder's Den of Antiquities will now include screen use props from the first 6 films as well as expanding its look to reflect the whole of the franchise. And we'll get music from the first 6 films as well. I kind of agree, because really the concept to me, it was always going to be Star Wars land. Whether you call it Black Spire or not, do people really care? No, not really. Yeah. It's a Star Wars land. And so you want to see all aspects of Star Wars in it. And they went to make it immersive in the same way that Secret Cinema does. That was the inspiration for it, which is a big thing here in the UK, where they try and make an immersive environment around the showing of a film, which is, Secret Cinema is phenomenal. I love it. I try to go to it every single year. Yeah. And so I get it, what they were trying to do, but I remember having an interaction with a character in Orlando, and it was the character from the book whose name completely escapes me at the moment, but you know the one I mean. I just wanted to take a selfie with her. I go, oh, can I take a... And I had looked to ask, and she was like, yes, but she kept calling it... I was calling it a photo, but she kept calling it like a data scan or some rubbish like that. And I was like, it was just annoying. It wasn't immersive. It was just irritating, and it stuck with me. That, and it never worked from the off. Because if you meet Mickey and Donald or whoever, they remain in character. So having it immersive in it, it's got to fit within a certain timeline. It's got to be all these things. Never worked for me. All you need was the characters to be the characters, in the same way that if you meet Snow White, she plays up being Snow White. That's all you need. You don't need her stuck in a particular land or stuck in a particular environment and contained in some kind of canon, because she's just interacting with people, and that's all you needed with the Star Wars characters. All you needed was a Star Wars land.
Yeah, with people just want to have a photo taken.
Yeah, with elements from all the films, and you could keep adding to it with each new TV show or each new film that comes out, and that would have kept it relevant and interesting. But they locked themselves in a corner for no real reason. Mark's reminded me of the name. V. Muradi, that's correct. Which is a great character. I love the character from the book. Nice meeting the character in real life. It was fun. I met Ray, I met Mando, met a few of them. All good fun. And it was good fun to interact with the characters, but I wasn't interested remotely in it being immersive. Hi, Steve Jordan there over on Facebook.
Hi, Steve.
And to Callisto over on Instagram as well. Great to see that Instagram's working tonight for the first time.
Great to see Callisto. Hi, Callisto.
And Mark making a comment. He loves going to Disney with me. Mark knows how difficult I find Disney Disney theme parks. It's a sugar-coated environment. Just grinds on me a little bit. But I loved the Disney, the Star Wars land. I'm going to keep calling that. I'm not going to call it Black Spire. I loved it. I thought it was really well done, but I didn't need it to be immersive. And I hope they kind of move away from that. Keep the characters interesting. But I didn't need the whole Rey hiding around the park because she might encounter a stormtrooper. Just don't put her out there when there's stormtroopers out. You can coordinate that. Steve's telling us that he's going to be getting a Mandalorian helmet custom soon. Just in time for the new film, I hope.
Yes.
Morning as well to TK6273. He's reporting in. So yeah, it's the whole Disney immersive thing didn't work for me, never worked from the start. So I'm glad they're expanding it, Paul. I think it's a very positive thing, and I hope they keep the refreshes with the shows and with the movies as they come out. They can do this quite quick, I think.
Yeah, I think also it's important that they're doing this so close to the 50th anniversary as well. I mean, obviously it'll be bedded in by then, and then there might be some very special events circulating around that time as well. And
I think we'll get past the point that the characters don't necessarily look like the characters in the same way. It's the same with the Evil Queen. It's the same with Snow White and whatever. You kind of doesn't look like the movies, but it's fine because it's just about the fun experience.
They could try a bit harder though. Yeah.
Something that Galaxy's Edge need as well is a pod racing experience of some description.
That would be cool.
Thinking cars, I love the cars experience. You just need to take that kind of idea and painting at Star Wars, don't you?
Yeah. That would be cool.
Callisto, she's going to Star Wars night for the first time this year. Should get her Ahsoka done. I did Star Wars night when it was attached to Celebration in Orlando, and it was really good. It's kind of just the whole experience, the light show, the fireworks. That's kind of what Disney does best, is the spectacular, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I did it over at Anaheim. Amazing. Lucky enough to share it with Mr. Newbold, and DJ Elliott was with us. And it was amazing. Absolutely. You'll love that, Callisto. You will. You absolutely love it. It's fantastic.
She does tell us, though, that there was one Ahsoka there. She's not great, and she was mean.
Who could be mean to you?
I got into an argument with an Imperial officer and his 2 stormtroopers. That was my experience there. They were being very mean to me, told me to get out of the way. How rude.
I got told off on the Rise of Resistance. It was rather embarrassing. So what's this all about then, Brian? Galactic Racer.
Star Wars Galactic Racer was a game I was kind of announced a little bit out of nowhere. Nobody was kind of really expecting it. It's coming later this year. PS5, Xbox Series X, PC. And they've confirmed, which we kind of thought was going to be the case anyway, that it is going to include pod racers. So that was kind of the big announcement this week. But we can check out the trailer, because the trailer's really good, I think.
I want it back. The way it was before the Empire shut it down. Massive engines. Lightning fast. Lives on the line. The pilots were incredible. Best of the best. United by one beautiful dream. The galaxy needs racing!
So that's Galactic Racer, which looks phenomenal, and it's one of those games that should be out there. There should be a Star Wars racing game. There should be a Star Wars X-Wing game. There should be a Star Wars first-person shooter. There should be an open-world Star Wars game. These are what Star Wars has at its core. And delighted that they've confirmed that pod racers are going to be in there too. And as Sander says, Sebulba. Great character. Scottish as well. That's why. How can you love Sebulba?
He's a Doug.
He's a Doug. I always remember 1998, and I broke the story about Sebulba, and he was going to be playing him and so on. And I broke it that he was going to be Sebulba the Hat, because that's what I was told exactly from the voice, that he was playing a hat. And so if you go back and you look at Star Wars rumours in 1998, you'll find out that Sebulba was first reported as a hat. That came from me.
Whoops.
Good to see Nick as well in the chat.
Hiya, Nick.
We'll be able to meet very soon at Star Wars Fan Fun Day as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Looking forward to that. So that's Galactic Racer. It's coming out at an undisclosed point later this year. Looking forward to that. Looks fantastic, and it's going to have pod racers. Love it.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Next up, Funko Pops, a company that's really struggling. Could be sold this year, could fold this year, but in the meantime, they are pushing Shadow Lord, Maul, and they're going to have a Funko Pop, a Funko Pop, to tie in with the release of the show, and they do look great for fans of Pops.
Here's one with his hood up, and one with his hood down.
Definitely. Next, looking forward to fun day as well. It's a great looking character. It kind of fits the Funko Pop mold quite perfectly. I just feel that Funkos have maybe just had their day.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is the case. Perhaps oversaturation, too many licenses.
Yeah,
seems to have been their downfall, really. But yeah, I mean, but there is still a very dedicated fan base out there, a collector base. And so if Funko has got its demise written in the stars, well, then they're going to be very sad about it. But yeah, I think those look pretty good, Mark. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Definitely. The Crow, another new Inquisitor as well. How many Inquisitors were there?
Yeah, it's a strange name.
But are you looking forward to the animated show, Paul? Because I won't be watching it because animation is just not my thing. But
see, now what? Considering I do graphic design for a living, yeah, I'm not massively into animation. However, I was a huge fan of some of the earlier stuff that's come out through the Disney era. So Bad Batch particularly. Yeah, I think I will watch this because I've always had a bit of a thing about Maul. I think he's a great character, and I only wish that they had gone down the route that George was plotting, where he was going to become the big bad of the sequel trilogy. That would have been incredible. Yeah. But any Maul is better than no Maul. So yeah, that'll be great.
Half a Maul. Big news this week. Confirmed who the new CEO of Disney is going to be, and it is going to be, as expected, Josh D'Amaro. He will be succeeding Bob Iger much sooner than expected because Bob Iger is contracted to the end of the year. People expected maybe a February announcement and a handover, maybe September, October time. But Bob's out the door at the AGM in March, and Josh D'Amaro is going to be taken over. Dana Walden is going to become Chief Creative Officer and President. So it is kind of following the structure that Disney have implemented across all their businesses, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Lucasfilm, of two clear leaders at the top of the business. And it's also a good way to keep the two front runners for the job happy, which is kind of what I sort of predicted they may do. One is CEO, one is president, and interesting because the one weakness people identified on Josh D'Amaro is that he's been primarily focused on parks and ships, and the Disney brand was never really involved in the creative side when it came to TV or film, and so that's been given to Dana Walden, so she's going to be Chief Creative Officer. So clearly they're structuring the business to be run to people's strengths, which makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Dana's background. Is that a good
Fox TV kind of background? So she's very much in the creative realm.
Yeah.
That's
well, I suppose like they're playing to their strengths rather than sort of expecting somebody with no experience to look after it. So yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. She all this happening from March 18th is when they take over, so a very short transition period. Rumour has been that Bob Iger's kind of been mentoring them both for quite a period of time internally. The one thing I would point out on Josh D'Amaro is that he was the guy behind the parks when they opted to implement Galactic Star Cruiser. He was also the guy behind the parks when they launched Galaxy's Edge and made it canon and fixed in the sequel era. All these decisions not solely his, but bad decisions, I would suggest.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I think Galactic Cruiser had some major issues with it. Price point was certainly the the biggest one because there's a lot of people out there. It ruled them out from ever being able to go along to it. And also, I think the setting of it didn't particularly look Star Wars to me. I mean, there's people that have been on it and they rave about it, and that's fair enough. I know Mark enjoyed it a lot, Mark Newbold. But for me, I would have liked something again similar to what they're now going to be doing at Disneyland. Is to set it in the OT. That's what I would have done.
Yeah. What I would say about him is he's ambitious, he's driven, he's prepared to take risks. That's something that I kind of felt, and I can't confirm because I wasn't there in the room to hear the interview because it was in person, but it felt like Kathleen Kennedy had a slight dig at Bob Iger that he wasn't prepared to take risks. Certainly in the later years as it pertained to Lucasfilm and what they wanted to make. I have a feeling that Josh D'Amaro may be more prepared to take risks. And so some of these projects that have been mothballed by Disney that Lucasfilm wanted to make may come back on the table because Josh D'Amaro may see a bigger picture.
Good.
Because Galactic Star Cruiser was a 1 billion failure. You can't hide it any other way because it closed so quickly. But they will have learnt a lot from that. As Mark said, he thought it was amazing. Marketing and the cost was to blame for why it failed. Sometimes you have to take risks and fail in order to learn something, in order that the next experience that you make doesn't have the same problems. And sometimes you have to take a gamble at a film when you can get a surprise big hit. Sander making the same point. You can learn from the mistakes. May not happen again now.
It's okay to learn from the mistake.
Yeah. Ricky making the point that the price became an exclusive experience for the haves, left a bad taste in the mouth for me. That was entirely my opinion as well. That to me, anything Disney should be accessible to everyone. And I know not everyone can afford to go to the parks, but it's within the realms of possibility for most people that they could one day get to the parks.
Yeah, it's still reasonably expensive to go and do it, but it is save-upable, shall we say?
Yes, yeah, it's aspirational, and you can achieve it. Most people are spending thousands for a 2-3 night experience. Unjustifiable. I could afford it. I wouldn't do it because I just find the whole concept kind of offensive. To me, I don't think, and I don't know Walt Disney, but I don't think it's the kind of thing that Walt Disney would have done. Don't think that was behind his vision of what the park should be. It felt elitist and wrong. And as Ricky said, when you see Star Wars is for everyone, and a lot of Lucasfilm merch and such, it kind of slaps in the face a bit, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel the right idea because they wanted this immersive experience, and having an immersive experience like Secret Cinema is fantastic. And so I get why they tried to do it the way they did, but it was just, price point was outrageous. And they had to have known that going in, because you can cost these things. And you had to know that that's where it was going to be, and just that never sat well with me at all. I don't want Star Wars experiences to be out with the realm.
No,
And
I think the final nail in the coffin for me was when they announced that crazily expensive cocktail.
yes, yeah.
That was it for
And
me.
that kind of thing I don't mind, because you know what? I can go to and have the cheap drink at the bar. I can ignore the expensive drink. But
Yeah.
the point being, I couldn't get to the bar.
Well, exactly. Well, that was like taking the pee after taking the pee, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, you get Star Wars figures, and you can pick up a Star Wars figure for a couple of quid, or you can get a Sideshow Hot Toys one.
Yeah.
You know, there's but you know, there's something there for everyone. You know.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Disney hotels. You get a whole range of Disney hotels that range in prices. You don't have to go for the expensive one because you've got a choice. You didn't have a choice here. There was an expensive package, and that was it.
Totally. Yeah. Anyway, it's gone now.
It's gone now. And it's now the head office for the Imagineers, so it's the Imagineers' most expensive failures where they now work. I don't know. That kind of sings a little bit to me.
Wounds.
So I have my concerns because he was behind that. But I'm also not against him taking risks and failing. But he needs to ensure that the values are right, and it has to be family driven. And you can't make that kind of errors of judgment. I
think that the fact that they've announced Dana's role helping him out, I think that's
important
in a way. Yeah.
And they're going to have very clear marketing structures as well. It's something that they've really driven in the past month, the creation of new marketing structures within the whole of Disney. It's going to cover all those businesses. So I think there's a clear understanding in Disney that they need to better market themselves and market their brands. And let's see what happens.
It's probably for another show, but cinema in general is struggling again, I think.
Yes.
There are films that they've expected were going to do very well. I'm thinking the 28 Years Later Bone Temple, or whatever it was called. That has basically been withdrawn from the cinema now because it was doing so poorly. So
I don't know if a film for your central body's a bunch of Jimmy Saviles it was a good idea, to be perfectly honest, but
but that was expected to do very well, and there's been a number of films like that in recent times. Some of the Marvel films haven't done anywhere near what was expected of them.
What I will say about Josh D'Amaro coming in, I'm kind of glad Bob Iger's gone, to be perfectly honest. Bob Iger's been very successful over a long period of time, but I don't feel his comeback for the last few years has been particularly well received by most people.
Look, he's come back once before, he could always come back again.
Somehow he has returned. I feel it's time for change. So we'll wish this new team all the best. We'll see what happens. Proof is always in the pudding, as they say. And
it's in our interests that it works out at the end of the day. So
the one thing that I really picked up on what Bob Iger said about them both was he continued to push Disney Plus and mentioned the fact that Dana Waldron would be really focused on that. I actually view Disney Plus as Bob Iger's greatest failure, and he's constantly banged the drum for it. It killed Disney's entire TV structure and its earnings. It has been nothing but loss leading for them, and it's gotten to the point where it made the budgets far too expensive for the TV shows, where now they cannot make TV shows. The new content is next to nothing. There's nothing on the horizon for Star Wars beyond Ahsoka Season 2. And so instead of building up 2-3 Star Wars shows a year, we're almost back to nothing. It has been an abject failure, despite successful elements like Andor, creatively brilliant, didn't find an audience. The Mandalorian, great first couple of seasons, patchy third season. Who's excited for the movie? It doesn't, for a subscription service that reaches 131 households, for 3 million households to check out The Mandalorian, It's shockingly bad. I don't know. I worry about Disney Plus and its impact on everything.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's as a concept, it was a good idea, but the fact that it's a bit like if you go on holiday somewhere and there's a dusty old library, you're probably going to use every other facility before you go to the library. Um, I carry on subscribing to Disney Plus because I do like to dip in and out and watch Empire now and then or Rogue One or whatever. But I could quite easily cancel it and come back to it, which I believe is what a lot of people do.
That's
They'll
what I do.
wait for a new season to come up with something. They'll wait until all the episodes are available, and they'll perhaps subscribe for a month or whatever.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, just for one last time. You cannot replace a service that was $50, i.e. your TV subscription, with a $7.99 service and make a better profit.
No,
The
fair.
entire concept was idiotic.
Yeah.
Talking idiotic things, the Mandalorian and Grogu apparently was always planned to be a movie. Who knows? Or whether there was going to be a season 4. Maybe one day we'll find out. It's here, just over 100 days, 103 days. It's going to be in the cinema. Are we excited yet? It's probably fair to say no, because we haven't been given a reason to be excited. Sigourney Weaver said that she's excited to share it with us. She can't wait to share the journey with you. Rumoured that we're going to get a trailer drop, part of the Super Bowl tonight in America.
Yeah.
Historically,
Yeah, 2
that
hours away
means
from
you'll get a 40-second trailer, part of the Super Bowl, and followed up on Monday with one probably on Good Morning America, the full 2-minute thing. So hopefully, with 100 days to go, this is the start of really marking it and making it special. And it needs help because it feels so much like what they did with Solo.
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah, it feels like it's not getting any love from anywhere. I obviously I'll go and see it. Of course I will. I think this could be the first time that I don't rush out to go. I can't see me going to a midnight screening of it.
I'm not entirely convinced there will be midnight screenings.
You could even be right there. Yeah. But I don't know because it's spawned from a TV series. It doesn't have that same sort of gravitas, if you know what I mean. So it's sort of like I'm basically paying to go and watch season 4, a condensed version of season 4 on the big screen. It may be good. I hope it is. I really don't want it to be a failure. I want this to succeed because, like I said before, it's only the successes that are going to keep this thing, from folding. We need it to keep going. I'm way more excited about Starfighter than I am about this.
Yeah, my concern is you have a TV series that was seen by 3 million households. To get $1 billion at the box office, you need 100 million people to see it.
Yeah.
So the people who are familiar with this are going to go and see it. You would think it's where are they going to find the rest of the audience? And they're relying so much on Grogu, and I actually think the film could flop, but they could make enough from merchandise because of Grogu to justify having made the film, ironically. So it could do well for the company as a whole, even if the box office is disastrous. So it needs to make 500 million to break even. If the story is right, of where the budget is, which is circa 200 million, and that's based off of the fact that they claimed tax credits in California and declared 140 million a cost. So let's be generous and say total costs were close to 200 million because some of it wouldn't have been claimable. So you need to make 500 million to break even, because general industry practices 2.5 times is the total cost when you bring in marketing and distribution and so on.
Yeah.
So that's 50 million against a 3.5 million audience. It's a very hard task.
That 3.5 million, Brian, is that UK or is that worldwide?
Worldwide households that watched it within the first week of release. So people who were keen to watch a show.
Wow.
People all talk about the fact that it was one of the few Disney shows to reach 1 billion hours watched.
Really?
But when you divide that down by the 18.5 hours of runtime, you start getting into smaller and smaller numbers.
That's pretty sobering. Yeah. Wow.
And you have to remember the fact that the 1 billion hours watched includes repeat viewings. Most people watch a program on Disney Plus between 3 and 10 times if they enjoy it, because that's what streaming is. It's repeat viewing. So it's scary. The numbers don't work.
Do you think this might be another reason why they're doing what they're doing at the Disney parks, by sort of dipping their toe in the water and seeing how much of a want there is for the original trilogy, and then that might determine whether that's where they go next?
Yeah, and I get that, because we don't see the bigger picture, and this is where I think Mandalorian and Grogu could be a company-wide success, because the merchandise for it is going to be huge, I think.
Yeah.
Because everybody kind of recognises Baby Grogu, and even if you don't like Star Wars, people go, "Oh my God, Baby Yoda." But did they miss the boat?
Well, for a lot of us.
Now, Paul's correcting me here, and this is a very good point. They built a Grogu snowman in Japan, which was epically cool.
That's where all the big bucks went.
It was one of the big things I noticed at Celebration in Japan was how huge Grogu was.
Yeah.
And that's where I think it could really succeed in marketing. When it comes to merchandising, if they get the right popcorn bucket, that could get enough people to the cinema, ironically.
Yeah. I just don't know whether it translates outside of certain territories. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, I can understand it being huge in the Japanese market, but also there's been so much stuff out there already that whatever they market, is it going to be sort of repaints, remolds, which has been one of the biggest failures of Black Series action figures, as far as I think.
Yeah, I'm going to throw that comment back up, because the Star Wars 77 to 85 podcast, I agree. It just doesn't feel like it should have been a movie. It feels like it should have been a season 4. They did a really weird thing at the end of season 3, which was almost felt like they didn't want to come back as do anymore. And maybe offering them the chance to do the movie was the way that they pulled them back. I don't know. We'll perhaps never know.
Yeah.
Jonathan
In many
Tyson,
ways, the end of
he agrees with
season 2
me.
should have been the end of it.
They need some kind of restructure on the franchise. He loves Star Wars. It comes second alongside DC for me, but the lack of content coming is just not good enough compared to other franchises. I think the leadership change will have affected that in some way, because when you know you're going to be changing leaderships, it's very hard for you as a leader to put something into production when you're not going to be the one there to produce it, and you know someone else is. It's like, do you lumber them with a project that they didn't want to make? But they need to move quick. There needs to be a roadmap. There needs to be something clear as to where Star Wars is going, and perhaps we'll find out not long after the Mandalorian and Grogu comes out, because that is probably going to be the decision maker as to how successful it is as to what comes next. Because if it is successful, we're going to get more than one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly, yeah. I mean, the change of leadership is the perfect time to say, right, we're shelving that and we're bringing this in.
No, I love that so much.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah.
But that's the kind of weird stunts that Disney should be doing that promotes a movie.
Yeah. But I mean, we've had massive changes of heart and changes of mind when it comes to even Bob Iger still being there and Kathleen still being there. There was so many shows and films that were plugged 5, 6 years back now, maybe longer than that just never happened. Such a mistake to sort of like say, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that, and then for it all to collapse, or for a director or a writer to be struck off partway through the process. I just think there's a lot of mess surrounding Star Wars.
Part of me feels like there's been a disconnect between Disney and Lucasfilm, where Disney have been pushing for Lucasfilm to announce things when it clearly hasn't been ready for Lucasfilm to announce. You should not be announcing a project unless you've got a script locked in, ready to go.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
And if they've learnt that lesson, that is why we don't have a roadmap as it sits just now. And I get, making a TV show is difficult because it's a 5-10 year commitment to any creator. So getting a good creator to, work on a TV show it's a big ask. But, something needs to happen. That I at this point in time, I don't know what Star Wars is trying to be and what the future for Star Wars is supposed to be. And that needs to be clear.
It certainly shouldn't be niche.
No.
But 3.5 million worldwide tuning in to see the premiere of something makes it sound very niche to me.
Next up was my favourite story of the week. Harrison Ford's shrinking, and when he finishes shrinking, he's going to retire. How small can Harrison Ford get, Paul?
We call it Harry Foe.
And if truth be told, if Harrison Ford is shrinking, he's got no chance of winning the ski jump, according to news stories this week.
Oh dear. I mean, I'm bless him for carrying on. I mean, he's well into his 80s now. I mean, give it up, Harrison. Go and relax. Go and retire. Put your feet up. But no, there's a lot of rumors around the fact that shrinking might be the very last thing that he does. And, fair play if that is the case. I've not seen Shrinking. Have you? Have you, Brian?
I have. It's very, very good.
Is it good?
It's very, very good.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it a whirl.
But yeah, Mr. Newbold wrote a great introduction to this article, I thought. In 1985, back then Michael J. Fox was enjoying his breakout year as Teen Wolf and Marty McFly, while Harrison Ford was somewhat of a breakout year of his own, moving beyond the safety net of sci-fi and action-adventure in Lucasfilm to star in Witness, the only role that gave him his one and only Academy Award nomination, which is shocking when you read that out.
It is, yeah.
And 41 years later, their careers have finally overlapped as Michael J. Fox's guest star in the 3rd season of Shrinking. And it's brilliant. The content on Apple TV is phenomenally good. There's just not enough of it, and very few people see it because very few people have an Apple subscription, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that is his last sort of tip of the hat, then fair play to him. He's had an amazing career, and like you say, the fact that he's only ever had that one nomination is crazy, absolutely crazy. Working Girl, that's what he should have had it for. Working Girl, what a great film that is.
It's, as he describes it, this has been a different kind of job for me, and I've been doing this a long time. This is very special, and it really nurtures me and makes me feel like what we're doing has value and importance. I look for that in my life, and I'm happy to have found it here. And I think this is a difference in the way that Apple TV's running their network, because they're not running it for profit. It's it's a service to them, and it gets people to buy their devices. That a lot of the creative love working for Apple because there's very little studio interference, and they get great creators and they give them creative freedom. And I think that's what Harrison Ford's finding on this show, is that he's got creative freedom. Jonathan Tyson is asking whether it's a comedy series. It's a drama with a high amount of comedy. Is how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Sanders asking, what about Ford getting an Oscar for 6 Days, 7 Nights?
Well, and Tem as well.
I actually watched, I forget the name of the film, Air Force One the other night.
Yeah.
Which is a great film and a great performance from so many of the cast in that film. And it's cheesy. It was nice to have a decent American president.
What about Anchorman 2?
Anchorman 2, that's also very good. It's nice watching Shrinking to see the man enjoy it, and you can see he's enjoying it, because so often we see him in interviews and that, and it feels like he's not enjoying what he's doing. But it feels like he's loving it. And even when you go back and you watch interviews of him around the last Indiana Jones film, regardless of what people think of the film, I enjoyed it. He loved it. And I think there's more value in making that film because he loved it than there is in anything else. Get off my plane. Told you, when you can quote a line from a film, that's a good film.
Absolutely.
Typically. Quote me your favourite lines from films, people. Let's see if we can guess the films. So that's Harrison Ford this week. Talking to Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming to Nintendo Switch 2 for people that like handheld gaming. Coming on the 12th of May, so just beyond Star Wars Fan Fun Day, we can check out a trailer, Paul. Let's check out a trailer.
Yay.
The year is 1937. Sinister forces are on the hunt for an ancient power, and only one person can stop them.
Watch me.
Embark on a globe-trotting cinematic adventure in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the Great Circle. From the pyramids of Giza to the sunken temples of Sukhothai and beyond, use your wits to infiltrate historic areas and solve fiendish puzzles. Or use your whip to face off against dangerous foes and explore a world full of daring escapes and unforgettable encounters.
Watch out!
Adventure calls when Indiana Jones and the Great Circle launches on Nintendo Switch 2, May 12th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Very weird trailer with that voiceover. It felt very 1980s. Mark's throwing out a quote there. There's a snake on the Feathermucking Plain. Ricky wants to be excited about this, but he can't play first person. I get real dizzy. I'm a big fan of first person games, to be honest. So it's right up my street. Also this week, same vein, the DLC for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, The Order of Giants, drops for Xbox, PS5, PC. We can check that trailer out too because it's great.
What do you know about the legend of the Nameless Crusader?
Fierce warrior. Fought in the siege of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall, like a giant.
Pope Paul IV had an item of this crusader in his possession, his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I see the helmet, I'll leave it exactly as I found it. Sound good? Oops. Giant guardians. Their roots go way, way back. Worshipped by the Mithras cult.
I can't believe you dare to investigate this.
Impressive for a snake. It says Semper Vivus. Always living. Not dead. He's not in a tomb.
So that is the DLC for the Order of Giants. As Ricky says, cutscenes, don't we just love them? And that Troy Baker voice. Phenomenal game. And this is something I forgot to mention earlier, Paul. What I think the direction Disney will go under Josh D'Amaro, I think it's going to be gaming. There is so much money in gaming. Disney don't, other than licensing it, don't really have a big gaming division within the company. I can see the likes of Lucas Arts being rebuilt.
I was just going to ask that.
Not necessarily as Lucas Arts, but just as a whole Disney gaming section. I actually think, to be clever, the next big multi-billion Disney purchase will be a studio, a gaming studio. And if you look at the licenses that Disney hold, it's ripe for developing. And it's brilliant for Star Wars and brilliant for Indiana Jones. Two franchises that are ideal for gaming. And, you know, Josh D'Amaro, he's been the big push between Disney and Epic and their $1 billion deal for licensing content. You know, the Fortnite game maker and all the sort of Fortnite spin-off games. And I can see that being the big thing, the big push. And a company like Disney is ideal because they can afford to spend hundreds of millions developing a game over a number of years to get the $1 billion plus return that a game can deliver. And so I can see that as being a big part of Disney's future.
That makes sense. That does make sense. And also, you know, they're going to want to go in a different direction than they have been, so that would be perfect. So, that would be a smart move.
Whether Disney make a big studio purchase, and it's probably the right time as well because a lot of studios are struggling a little bit. Ubisoft, which Disney and Lucasfilm have worked with before, are certainly an acquisition target, I would suggest.
Yeah.
And I can see that being a big future for Star Wars, and Indiana Jones is brilliant for gaming. A couple of shows on the horizon, and we've got some guest announcements. Friends of the show, Samantha Eileen and Details, are both heading to Edinburgh for Capital Sci-Fi Con in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be there as well. So come and say hello. Sam and Dee, both been in multiple Star Wars films. So a chance to meet them, and it's all raising money for Chaz as well, which is a phenomenal charity here in Scotland as well for kids, and that's what it's all about. And the big announcement for guests here in the UK, Starfury Invasion, which we went to last year, Paul, have announced that this year Felicity Jones will be coming to their event in Birmingham just for the Saturday. But what a phenomenal guest announcement that is.
It's a great event, isn't it? It's really surprising that there's not more people clamouring for tickets for this. I think as the years go by and people get to hear about how good the event is, it's going to sell out in an instant.
And it's a very different convention from any other ones as well. It is,
yeah. It's very, very much set up around sort of almost like a prepayment kind of idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ricky making the point, doesn't think they'll do another LucasArts, but yeah, he misses the games. I agree. It's probably not going to be branded as LucasArts, but I can certainly see Disney having their own gaming house, and it could be built on the ideas that LucasArts had. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I miss Star Wars chess. I want a new version of that. Starfury is a cracking event. It's a real feel good thing, and if ever you want to be in a room where you can ask one of the the big stars of a Star Wars film a question, that's your opportunity. I mean, we were sat in a room, Diego Luna on the stage, and Denise Goff, and literally, how many do you reckon was in the room, Brian? 300, 400, if that?
300 at a max.
Yeah. And then you could just go and queue to stand up and ask a question. Brilliant. It's a brilliant opportunity to interact with your favourite Star Wars actors.
Yep. So if you want to ask Felicity Jones a question, 100% guaranteed you will get the opportunity to ask her a question. Just based on the structure of these events. Photographs, autographs as well. It's all very well organised, and definitely one if you want a chance to meet Felicity Jones. I want to meet her. I love Felicity Jones.
Yeah. Well, like Ricky says, such a rare thing for her to get involved with. I think she was at one celebration I can remember over in the States, but again, wasn't there for very long, maybe a day.
And we were talking just before the show came on, because the Winter Olympics is on in Italy at the moment, and Felicity Jones starred in Shally Girl, which was what I could call one of my favourite corny movies. So I dug out the trailer for it, so I just went to check it out just because I love this film.
I'm Henrietta.
Isabella.
Petronella. Kim.
Dear Dad, I've made it to the Alps in one piece. Life as a chalet girl has its ups and downs.
A chalet girl who can't ski. That's classic.
Still, it beats life back in England.
And today's special 2 for 1 onion rings. Please don't push.
I've made a good impression on the boss. The locals seem friendly. And despite the long hours,
this is your fault. You are welcome.
I'm starting to discover
Johnny,
this job definitely has its perks.
like that, she became a swan.
So I used to be an ugly duckling then?
Look, I know I'm lucky, but
I'm stuck in this caged existence when I just want to be a pop star.
rock star.
No sleeping with the clients, unless they're fit. Season ends, he goes back to his world, you go back to yours.
She's a chalet girl.
I just think you can do better.
Kim! Felicity Jones, Ed Westwick, Tamsin Egerton, Sophia Bush, Bill Bailey, Brooke Shields, and Bill Nighy bring you a hilarious new comedy.
Yeah, they always say that.
That was quite funny.
You're a natural.
About how far you need to go
Thought you said she hadn't been in the mountains before. She hadn't.
to conquer your fears and enjoy the ride. Chalet Girl.
I'll put the photos on Facebook.
Poke me.
Classic. So if you're watching the Olympics and you see someone winning at the snowboarding, just think they were probably once a chalet girl.
You know, I almost wish I hadn't reminded you of that film's existence.
Now you're going to have to watch it again, aren't you? You're going to have to pull it up.
I am.
It's up there. It's going to be up there on Amazon Prime. It's going to be up there with what's the one with the ice skaters? The comedy.
What, the one with the two blokes?
Yeah. Can't remember what it's called.
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory. That's going to be on the top 10 playlist on Amazon as well just now during the Olympics. 100%. Mark's calling me an old softie. It's a brilliant film. The cheesiest of films are the best films. If you want a cheesy film and you want to be a softie, Mark, Instant Family. That's the film you want to watch. I love that film. That's another one of my favourite films.
What do you like?
I'm going to get you the names of the people that are in Instant Family, because I can never remember the actors' name. It's a Mark Wahlberg film. Rose Byrne, or Byrne, are the two leads on it. Brilliant film.
I think I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Emotional film.
You big softy.
Yeah.
Right.
Blades of Glory.
So yes,
who doesn't love Blades of Glory?
That's the one. Yeah. Get along to Starfury. Are you going to try and go again this year, Brian?
I'm going to go and I'm going to ask her a question about Shally Girl, because she's not going to expect that, is
she? Brilliant. I'm going to film you doing that. And we'll put it on the show.
Definitely. Have you ever been to Hoth and snowboarded?
Yeah.
What was it like working with Bill Bailey?
Which does she prefer, Bill Bailey, long hair or short hair? Oh dear.
Who did you prefer getting a kiss on screen from, Diego Luna or Bill Bailey? That's the questions. These are the questions that need answers that she's never been asked before.
Exactly. I mean, I could tell her that I worked at the same newspaper that her dad used to work at.
Yeah, you see, this is the kind of information that the world needs to know.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh,
definitely. So looking forward to Starfury. Definitely going to go again this year.
Gig. Yeah.
Are you planning to go to Starfury?
Oh, I'll be there. Yeah. I love that. It's a real good event.
Yeah. So as much as I loved the Shrinking article this week, my second favourite article was this one, where screenwriter Matthew Robinson dropped the bombshell that his script for Rogue Squadron was very much a movie about fighter pilots.
Who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought it? Just the spoilers you get there. Sadly, the project hasn't moved forward, hasn't been mentioned in countless years. But he said he had a great time writing it. Patty Jenkins is one of his favourite artists in the world. I think she's absolutely brilliant. We had a great time working together. I don't currently know what Lucasfilm wants to do with it. Wipe their backsides. They're in a pretty big state of flux at the moment, after Kathleen Kennedy leaving, and who knows what the future holds for them theatrically. It was a great thrill to write that, and especially to work with Patty, who made it a very personal story. It was very much a movie about fighter pilots. Her father was a fighter pilot. It was very personal to her, and we're trying to tell a really great personal story about fighter pilots and Rogue Squadron pilots in the Star Wars universe. I think we did a great job with it, and I really hope one day we get to see a version of that. Yeah, you didn't do a good enough job to get it made.
It can only ever be Top Gun in space, can't it?
That's what it should have been. And so you didn't need a massive, in-depth script. It's very much about fun and action.
It is, yeah. I mean, who knows? Now that we've got a change at the top, maybe these sort of things will be dusted down and on the table again.
I still think Rogue Squadron makes for a better TV series than it does a movie.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
It's very much story of the week type storytelling.
Yeah.
Very much the same vein that they're making another Stargate series. Very much story of the week with the odd random episode that's the big story arc, and the rest of the series filled in with stories of the week. But that's going back to an era where you used to get 22, 24 episodes a year. So it kind of feels now, if you make anything TV, you're going to have a very focused 8 episode on a very structured, fixed topic. I don't know.
Well, my wife's currently watching Smallville from the start. Oh, my life. And that's a hard watch when you're not really that into Superman.
It's true. That's very true. Not one I ever picked up watching. And
No.
Did one of the cast not get jailed for being in a cult?
Possibly.
The journalist one, was it not the little blonde-headed girl.
Right.
joined a cult.
I think you are right. That does ring a bell.
Yeah. There you go. Tell your wife that.
I've dipped in and out of watching the odd bit of it while she's been watching it back to back to back to back to back. And I mean, some of the effects are shocking. There was a tornado episode that we were watching earlier. My God, it was so funny. But still, there you go. That's special effects. They can date.
Yeah, definitely. So, Alison Mack, confirmed.
Yeah.
Cultist.
Is there anything that we can't throw at Mark Newbold?
Yeah, he's sat there on. I'm assuming he's on Google during the whole show, fact checking us here. But random one. The things you remember. But that's this week's Star Wars news, Paul. A real weird mix of stories, and the big one being Josh D'Amaro becoming CEO of Disney. We don't know what that holds. I look forward to the AGM in March, where I hope he spells out his vision for the company. And my big prediction is they will buy a gaming company, and we will see Disney enter the gaming sphere in a very, very significant way. Yeah,
I think that's a really good shout, and you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, come here for all the predictions, and we'll tell you 6 months later when we're right, and just ignore the ones that are wrong.
Ignore it if we're wrong.
We'll bring it back up.
Hoping that you don't remember.
Tonight, Super Bowl in America. We won't talk about the game because what do we know about American football? Not a thing.
Yay!
We perhaps might watch Bad Bunny at the halftime show, but again, Bad Bunny's he's not huge in Europe.
Never heard of him.
Our focus is going to be on adverts, probably, which we won't see on the broadcast here in the UK. I always laugh about people going on about the adverts in America, and we'll get probably Robbie Williams doing a Felix Cat's food advert at the breaks. That's about the peak celebrity we'll be getting.
Well, I'm gonna go for the New England Patriots purely because of the name.
Are they even in the final?
Apparently.
Are they? Did you just Google it?
I've Googled versus the Seattle Seahawks. Well, I mean, they, go Patriots.
Yeah. The adverts, everyone seems to be treating it as fact that we're going to get a Mandalorian trailer. People, I think, are just basing it on the fact that we're 100 days out and we haven't really had a second trailer. And we really should be getting one. I expect we'll get a 30 to 40 second trailer during the Super Bowl and a follow-up big 2-minute trailer drop on Monday with Good Morning America or some other Disney-owned brand. Is that what you're expecting, Paul? Are you expecting us to get some Mandalorian action at long last?
Yeah, I am. I'm expecting exactly what you just said. There'll be the shorter version, and then there'll be the longer version that will follow in a day's time. I also expect to see something for Avengers as well. There's going to be
Doomsday,
at least one. Yeah,
I don't.
At least one.
I just feel it's too far out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I think Disney are going to go very light, and then I think they might just focus on Mando.
Well, I'm hoping for a good Coke advert and a McDonald's advert then.
So, normally you find it's for something like crypto or where there's a lot of money where people waste.
Yeah.
Just for clarity here, we'll see it. I'll probably get in trouble for this. All we need to know about American football is that the Bears are the best team ever. Go Chicago Bears, I think it is. Yeah. Let's go. We're back in Chicago Bears. I don't think they're in it, but tonight. But yeah, next year's the Bears' year. Absolutely. Mark suggesting Good Morning America, just copycats. It started with Andor. They copied us with Good Morning Coruscant. And
we had to resort to dragging up.
Ricky's asking him, if we talked about the new books, The Art of Acolyte and Eichlo's Low Red Moon. We didn't. I actually got in the mail today, The Art of Acolyte. I haven't opened it yet. And my copy of Outlaw's Low Red Moon has not landed with me as yet. I'm most upset about that. Hurry up, Ink Store Books. It's in the mail apparently. It might be with me Monday.
So fingers crossed. We haven't done books for a while, so maybe
we'll include that. We'll make a very much a point of speaking about books next week, because I also picked up the ILM 50th anniversary book as well, and I'll check that out as well during the week.
Excellent.
What else have we got left to talk about before we go? I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
What about the podcasts that dropped over the weekend?
Let's throw up our little friend, the Fantha. Tune into Fantha Tracks Radio, all the latest podcasts. This last few days we've been celebrating Star Wars Podcast Day, and we've had loads of shows. Cannon Fodder episodes tomorrow at 6 o'clock, followed by Desert Planet Discs at 9 p.m. Making Tracks episode 250 will drop on Wednesday. That's 250 episodes where I haven't been invited on, just for those keeping count. And on Friday, an episode of Collecting Tracks, which might actually feature me. Which, tune in, people.
And I think Start Your Engines and various others are available now. So,
yeah. Mark is waiting on his Inkstone version of Low Red Moon, and he's still waiting on his ILM book. Damn you, Amazon. It's like, I'm not sure when the ILM book came out, but I've had it a few weeks now, so should have had it, Mr. Newbold. But yeah, well worth it. Well worth it picking up. And we'll talk about all them next week. So with that, it's a good night from me, Paul.
And it's a very good night from him. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news each and every day on FanthaTracks.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, and Pinterest at Fantha Tracks. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Fantha Tracks TV to be alerted to new content and to be a part of our live shows.